gonna
Sing
let
you.
it. Now we're gonna let it come to a blank screen.
To say you should sing you a little.
How's everybody doing? What? Ain't it fun? See, I'm gonna be so on point with it that I'll get pinged for copyright
Yeah, I was about
because
to say,
I
we get
sound
you.
exactly like Mavis Staples. I'm just saying. And I kind of like doing this because I want to make people think that something's not working. They're like, it's just a black screen. What's going on, guys?
You broke it.
I haven't even turned on the music yet.
Oh, you're so worried about the screen, you forgot the music.
I didn't forget about it.
I did.
I got some funky Christmas music, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to the program. Lots of good things that we're going to be getting to today. We're going to talk about 80s Christmas toys. Now, I know in some previous episodes I talked about how like some of the years that we were going to go through. The one article I found kept showing that 1981 was He-Man toys, was like the hottest toy. He-Man, the show didn't even debut until 1983, and I believe the first toys were released in 1982, so they couldn't have been the hot toy of 1981. But we're going to get to that. We're going to have a couple of Sporcle quizzes. We're going to get to Gangs of New York and Kiefer Sutherland. We're going to test Frank's knowledge on those. And then we're going to get to just a couple of things you didn't know. It's a Wonderful Life and Man on the Moon, plus 2 movie drafts. Samuel L. Jackson celebrating a birthday, December 21st, 1948. And then we're also going to do a triple feature of Christmas movies, because obviously it's that time of year. I've got my Bucky's ugly Christmas sweater on. Looking good. Check it.
Bucky's.
So yeah, so let's get this ball rolling. First thing we're going to get to here, Frank. Oh, wait, hold on. So what was it you were going to tell me? You had a white elephant party, and you were going to try to get your own gift back?
So first off, I was duped into doing it because our little section was just doing Secret Santa. And then someone from the other section came around and said, we're no longer doing Secret Santa. We're doing White Elephant. It's a $5 limit. So I was like, all right, cool. So I signed up for it. Went up to Walgreens and I got this like crappy ass $5 Bigfoot keychain. It's a keychain. And it came with like, it had like a Phillips head and flathead screwdriver attached to its feet. It had a bottle opener on it. I mean, it's a pretty cool keychain. But I felt bad because when I brought it over today, I see that everybody wrapped their stuff and I didn't wrap it. And so I just kind of put it down, and my thought process was, okay, somehow I got to get that back because I can't just give it. So I started trying to figure out how I'm going to do the heist to get my own gift back. And I thought, well, what I'll do is when they hand the numbers out, I'll grab mine. And the option was some people will see that and people go, nobody will want that, and I can keep it the whole time. But then there was the thought process that maybe I could make it harder on myself, have somebody else grab it, and then and see if it floats around, and then I try to grab it at some point and get it back. Come to find out, they did the white elephant rules differently. So the way our office did it was everybody picked one in numerical order, and by this time the supervisor I handed it to wrapped it, so I wasn't quite sure where it was anymore. So I'm trying to figure out which one it is, and we stood in a circle, and they
hid it from you.
Yeah, so they're reading this poem, and the poem has left and right in it, and every time they'd say right, you'd have to hand your gift to the right, and every time they say left, you had to hand it to the left, which was a complete cluster. So at one point I see this flat present, and I'm going, that's it, that's mine, I gotta get it. So it ended up being only like 4 or 5 away from me, and like halfway through this 3-page freaking poem, it gets to me, and I'm like, oh, this is it, this is mine. So I hold it, and as they're still passing, I would hide mine behind the back, and I'd just keep passing the one that was given to me next, and I'm going to try to hold on to this and heist it. But then I realized, like, wait a minute, this is not as heavy as it was when I handed it over. And then I realized it was a gift card. And I was like, damn it, they put it in a bag somewhere. So now I go back to re-assimilating this gift card to the left and to the right, and it keeps coming back to me, and I'm going, oh, I hope I don't get it. But then I also felt bad because I had held it 3 rounds, and these people next to me are going to get it, and I shouldn't have been doing that. But in the end, I ended up with glassware. Why? I don't know. 2 cups. So I went to this.
All of this for a $5 gift.
For a $5 gift. And I went to this the supervisor that used to work with me. I was like, hey, man, if you find out who got the Bigfoot keychain, tell him to go to my desk and just switch out because I want the keychain.
The keychain?
So hopefully I wake up in the morning and the keychain is at my desk.
Oh my God. You thought way too hard about that, man. Why don't you just buy one for yourself? It's $5.
I'm cheap.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
I still got to do a Secret Santa gift. I'm cheap.
All right.
Maybe I'll give that to her.
Let's get to some YouTube polls here. We're going to crank through these pretty quick because I want to keep this one nice and tight here because we got some Christmas stuff that the family's got to take care of today. So, Frank, first question was, is Three Amigos a good movie? Yes or no? What do you think?
To me, it is. Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. 79% of people on my channel said that, yeah, it is. Oh, which, by the way, I think we may have talked about this last week, but the previous poll was, what is the best Scream movie?
Yeah.
And Scream won, still 87%. Like, it blows my mind that people aren't voting for Scream 2.
It's the first one. That first one is what did it, man.
Scream 2 is a better movie. First. All right. Last week, we did a Brad Pitt movie draft. So, of course, I had to put in there what was Brad Pitt's best movie. The 4 options are Fight Club, Cool World, Fight Club, Moneyball, Inglourious Bastards, or Snatch. What do you think won the poll?
I'm going to go Fight Club, but I'm leaning towards Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. 57% of people voted for Fight Club. Inglourious Bastards coming in second. Oddly enough, Moneyball coming in last.
It's a good movie. I actually enjoyed that movie.
Well, because that one's kind of considered to be one of his best ones, if not the best one. And yeah, even behind Snatch. Snatchy Snatch. All right, next one. What is your ideal weather for the holiday season? Snow. I want a white Christmas. Cold, but not too cold, and no snow. Or warm. I want warm sunshine for the holidays. What do you think won the poll?
Guess it will depend on what region you live in, but being down in the South, we always wanted white Christmases, so that's what I'm going to say.
Well, yeah. Most people, 65% of people said that they wanted snow for a white Christmas.
We always got 70-degree weather most of the time. We were lucky if we had a cold one, it would be like maybe 40.
Yeah, we're going to be probably in the 60s or 70s. At night, we get cold. At night, we're in like the upper 30s, mid 40s. But during the day, yeah, it was like 60, 70 degrees.
We're having another cold front move through. We're going to be in the 30s in the mornings around here in the early next week.
Chilly.
Oh.
Next YouTube poll. Do you wear an ugly sweater during the holidays? Yes or no? What do you think won the poll?
I think I'm going to go no.
Wow, you are just destroying it right now. And yeah, that one, there was even somebody who commented. Will the Beast said, hell no, I'm in Australia. It's easily 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit over Christmas and the New Year. If you want me to wear a sweater, y'all better put on a singlet for your minus 20 below.
Well, I think, like, remember when ugly sweaters were becoming a thing in the late 90s, early 2000s when they were having those parties? And it was basically people would go to their grandma's closet and find either something she knitted or had bought and wear those. And then in the last, like, 15 years, it's become a whole industry to where they're not even sweaters. They're kind of like just sweatshirts or whatnot. So, and they're super expensive, like 60 to 80 bucks for something you're going to wear maybe twice a year.
I maybe wear this. Like, I'll wear it today. I'll wear it next Monday, which, by the way, next Monday, we're going to be streaming not on the next 2 Wednesdays because obviously it's going to be Christmas and New Year's Day. So next Monday, the 23rd, and then the 30th. And I'll wear this one on the 23rd.
There you go.
This next question, Frank, hold on. How do I want to phrase this?
Uh-oh. Phrasing.
This next question... Fuck, how do I want to say this?
Spit it out.
I know, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Depending on how you answer this question, we might be able to tell whether or not you are a psychopath.
I am.
When eating cereal, which do you do first? Milk and then cereal, or cereal and then milk?
I've heard this argument many times over the last 10 years. I am a cereal first, then milk. I never understood milk, then cereal.
And I think you're not a psychopath.
I would hope not.
93% of people said cereal and then milk. 7% of people out there, though, which is up because it was at 6% a day ago. So there's more psychopaths out there than we know about.
I mean, you're supposed to put the cereal in first so you know how much milk to add. How do you know how much, if you're going to have a whole, I mean, you're going to put a crap ton of cereal in there. That just makes no damn sense.
Exactly.
Psychos.
All right. Next YouTube poll. What is Steven Spielberg's best movie? The 4 options I put up there: Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Jaws, or E.T. What do you think won the poll?
Oh, they went with.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to give you a point for your cereal thing right there.
They went with Jurassic Park on that one.
Yeah, you're getting all the points today, man. 51% of people said Jurassic Park. 24% said Schindler's List. 41 comments on that one too, man. That one got a lot of votes. All right, here we go.
Where's that movie?
2 more YouTube polls. Who had the best entrance in Spider-Man No Way Home? Because it was celebrating its anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
It came out back in 2021, I believe.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
And so the 4 options I put were Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Dr. Octopus, or Green Goblin. Who do you think won the poll?
I am going to go with the OG Spider-Man, Maguire, because at the theater I was in, people were pretty quiet when they would show, like, you'd have a few oohs and ahs, but when Maguire stepped in, there were a few applause and like, oh, fuck yes. So I'm going to go with Maguire.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, you got it,
Oh,
man.
yeah?
61%. Hold on. Oh, yeah. 61% of people said Tobey Maguire had the best entrance. I also really liked Andrew Garfield, the way that he jumps in and he rips the mask off and he's like, huh. I thought it was pretty cool.
See, I liked his, but I think with the previous Spider-Man movie, it was like, that's okay. But he redeemed himself more in that movie than anything. But everybody was looking forward to Tobey Maguire. That was the one.
True. All right, final YouTube poll question. What is the best Star Wars trilogy? Prequel trilogy, original trilogy, or sequel trilogy? What do you think won the poll?
I'm an original. So
who's going OG, ladies and gentlemen?
Everyone loves the prequels.
No, I was trying to get a reaction out of you, and I didn't get a reaction.
Oh. No, I was gonna go all those stupid younger kids.
7 points. You're good. Yeah, it was original trilogy. 81% of people voted for that. The sequel trilogy got basically nothing, by the way.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. 2% of people voted for the sequel trilogy.
No love.
And we can recap this one because this one just went up this morning, so it's hovering right around 500 votes. So we'll recap it again coming up next week.
Do it.
All right, where are we at here? All right, it is movie draft time. Frank just destroyed it in all the questions, so he will get to choose first. I will choose second, and then we're going to go to a random website's rankings for third. So, Frank, for Mr. Samuel L. Jackson, who is celebrating a birthday on December 21st, he was born in 1948. What is your first Sam Jackson movie?
Gotta pull my list up. Well, I'll first go with what was the one with him and Matthew McConaughey that I picked before?
Oh, I think I know exactly which one you're talking about, and I have it. Is that it? Is that it right there?
Yeah, Time to Kill. We're gonna go with that one first. I love that one. It's a good movie.
I was kind of hoping that one would slip to me, but all right. So, A Time to Kill off the board. For my first choice, it's a standard pick here.
Standard.
You got to go Pulp Fiction, man.
Right.
How did I get such a crappy, grainy version of the poster there? Good lord.
Probably the best acted one he's done. That's saying something.
All right. Now we're going to go to the random one.
Random.
And we're going to pick some random Samuel L. Jackson movies. And the first one, it's got on there
The Hateful Eight.
again. I'm not sure how I got such a grainy small picture. I thought I was getting the big ones, but yeah. So The Hateful
That's what
Eight.
she said.
And here's one that I actually hadn't heard of, but it was ranked very high on this list. Losing Isaiah.
No, I remember that one. Yeah, it was kind of an offset one, but I think like they gave it's not Jada Pinkett, it's Halle Berry. She gives up her kid for adoption, and then and I think it was like she claimed that she was tricked into it or didn't want to do it and is trying to get her child back, if I remember right.
Interesting. It also has Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. All right, we're back to me. I know exactly what my second choice is going to be. Bam.
Oh, okay.
Such a good
That was on my
movie.
list.
Such a good movie. All right, so I've got Pulp
Hey,
Fiction.
Zeus.
He said, Jesus. No, he said, hey,
My name's not
Zeus.
Hey
My name is
Zeus.
Zeus.
Hey,
Like,
Zeus.
I'll shove a lightning bolt up your ass. All right.
God of Thunder.
All right, what is your second and third picks? You get to go back to back here, Frank, which, by the way, I watched Die Hard, the first one, this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Pay close attention, because there's people arguing about whether or not it's a Christmas movie. And they're like, oh, Bruce Willis said that it's not a Christmas movie. That was a joke during his roast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he literally said, it's not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie. Like, come on. But if you listen really closely, when he's walking up and he's got the gun taped to his back, first of all, it's Christmas tape. There's sleigh bells playing in that moment.
All right.
So there you go. All right, Frank, you got a time to kill. What is going to be your second one?
Well, hold on to your butts.
Yes.
I'm going with Jurassic Park.
Hey-o! All right.
The amount of cigarettes and how close it got to his fingers and lips.
Ugh.
He was smoking the crap out of him.
Hold on
And
to
then he
your
got
butts.
a random hand just out of the wall. Which, how did the hand get in there? Did anybody ever wonder that? Like, was he like pushed back into
I'm
it? and just,
assuming
like,
that they dragged his body
drag him?
over there.
They
They
drag
drag it
him?
over there. All right.
What do you think?
your...
Like the Raptors were so smart, and they did like, "Hey, watch this! I'm gonna freak her out. We're gonna hide this arm here, and when
Yeah.
she bumps up, she's gonna think it's real, and it's not. And then Kevin's gonna jump out of the wires and try to eat her."
Yeah. All right. What's your third pick for Samuel L. Jackson?
That's right. I named one of the Raptors Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah, it's good. I'll go with one of the Marvel ones. I will go with No, you know what? I'm gonna go Incredibles. I want him as Frodo.
Hey-o! I was hoping that would slip to me, but good pick. I also specifically didn't download any of the Marvel trailers or the posters just because
I nailed you with
it's
one.
too like. I don't think people realize how time consuming it is to prep all this crap.
Well, and also he's been in so many movies as far as just cameos or voices or whatever. I mean, you'd be spending all day trying to put his. Better be glad it's just you and I, because you'd have two other people.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Well, I'm gonna jump to the random choosing here on the last one, because this isn't one that I was gonna pick.
Pick it.
Black Snake Moon.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah. I've only seen bits and pieces. I've never watched this all the way through.
I've never seen it. I've seen all the pictures
of her
Christina
boobies.
Ricci and everything like that, just her chained up, and I was just like, I don't know what that movie's about, but that's looking pretty weird.
All right. I'm going to go through some.
Justin Timberlake probably looking at that going, yeah, Britney used to do this and dress just like that at the house.
All right. I'm going through some honorable mentions here. Obviously, you know, almost any Quentin Tarantino movie you're going to have. You got, he had, you know, smaller role in Django Unchained. He also had Do the Right Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's not even on the poster, because back then he was just Sam Jackson. He didn't go with Samuel L. Jackson. Which, by the way, somebody got all bent out of shape on one of my videos. I call him Sam Jackson. They're like, you don't know him. You're not friends with him. Why do you get to call him Sam? And I'm like, that's what you're concerned with?
Like I am.
Here's another one. Eve's Bayou. Have not seen this one. Jungle Fever.
Oh, Anthony Quinn was in that movie.
Lakeview Terrace. Again, I'm not sure how I got such crappy posters here, but that was one that got highly rated on a lot of websites. I'm still trying to figure out which one I'm going to pick. I think I know what I'm going to choose for my third one. Oh, and I take it back. I downloaded one Marvel. I just had the standard Avengers. Yeah.
Doing SWAT?
No. Although we also had Snakes on a Plane. I mean, how could you forget Snakes on a Plane?
Motherfucking snakes. Motherfucking plane.
You had Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one that I don't think he gets enough credit for. This is a great movie. The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yep.
Fantastic movie. Here's another one that almost nobody knows about. I saw it on HBO, and I got just hooked into it. The Sunset Limited. It's all about Samuel L. Jackson is in his apartment, and I guess he saves Tommy Lee Jones from ending his own life. I got to be careful how I say that because it's YouTube and things get, whatever. And the whole movie is just them essentially having a conversation where it's, nothing is ever black or white. And it's a fantastic movie. If you ever get a chance to watch it, watch The Sunset Limited with Sam Jackson and Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones directed it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. But my third and final pick for Sam Jackson.
Jackie Brown.
Love this
Everyone's
movie.
Gonna be upset you didn't pick Goodfellas, even though he was in it for 3 minutes.
I legitimately watched the scene today of him in Goodfellas. He's tying his shoe, and Joe Pesci comes behind him.
Or maybe a minute. Yeah, maybe a minute or so. No, maybe about.
I think it was I think the whole clip was like 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and he's in it for less than half of the clip.
Yeah, he meets him in the bar, and then they come to his house, and Joe Pesci's like, "Hey, look at this house. How do you live like this?"
Yep. And then the one guy with the huge eyebrows is standing in the doorway.
And
he's like,
"Man, make
what
that coffee to go. We're getting out of here."
You told me to make coffee.
I should do more Joe Pesci imitations. I really like that. I did a solid Joe Pesci right there.
That or it was Jim Brewer doing Joe Pesci.
Yeah, it's Joe Pesci here. We talking about Let's Dance.
And then
I love when De Niro and Joe Pesci showed up on Saturday Night Live.
God, that was the best.
The crap out of him.
Oh, that was the best.
So good.
All right, Frank, we are going to do a Gangs of New York Sporcle quiz.
Oh, boy.
Gangs of New York Sporcle quiz. Can you pick the cast members of Gangs of New York while avoiding any decoys?
No, we're going to definitely hit some decoys.
Oh, I better hope I don't get... See, now here's the problem. God bless it. I hope I don't get pinged for copyright because I have this open in a different tab, so it doesn't have me logged in. But we'll see if we can get through this. All right, here we go. Cast of Gangs of New York. Can you pick the cast members while avoiding the decoys? Frank?
Nope.
Here we go.
Yep, let's try it. Oh, wow. Okay. Cameron Diaz, top row there.
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis, second row.
Okay.
Henry Thomas, third row.
Okay.
John C. Reilly.
Yep.
Leonardo DiCaprio, of course. Liam Neeson right next to him.
Yep. 15 to go.
This is where I'm going to not recognize people.
I see one for sure that you don't have.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's quite a few.
Brendan Gleeson.
There you go. Brendan Gleeson, yeah. Stephen Graham, I believe, is one of them.
Okay.
How many are left? Oh, a lot.
Yeah, 13 more.
Let's go Giovanni Lombardo. Radice.
Okay,
That
nailed
sounds
it.
About right. let's do Jim Broadbent. That just sounds like a funny name.
Yeah.
All right, cheers. Let's do Richard Graham. That sounds like something I'd expect to see on.
Got it. Yeah. Dude, oh my God.
Roger Ashton Griffith.
Yep.
So
9
the
more.
3 weren't, so I just went with that. Let's do Frank. What is it?
No. Frank
no.
Adonis? No.
Gary Lewis. Gary Lewis.
Yes.
David Hemmings, I believe.
Yes.
Kara Seymour? I'm thinking she might have
Yeah.
been yeah.
6 more.
Oh, Jesus.
But you only have 5 guesses remaining.
Sure. Let's go Alec McCowan.
Yep.
Hey, Joe Pesci here.
Yeah, it ain't Joe Pesci. It's either gonna be Edward Herman or Eddie, but I'm gonna go with Edward.
Nope.
Nope, let's try Eddie.
Yep. 2 more guesses.
John Sessions.
Yes. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, let's try Michael Brine.
You mean Byrne?
Brine.
That's it. You
Hey.
missed Barbara Boucher and Larry Gilliard Jr. Not bad though, Frank.
Especially for not knowing. Well, you kind of can, like, on some of the lists, you know that those people aren't on, so you can kind of get it, but they did a good job with hiding a lot of those.
Yeah.
You didn't want to pick Joe Pesci?
With your Pesci over here.
I'm not going to stop doing that now. I'm just going to keep doing freaking Joe Pesci.
Hey, it's Joe Pesci over here.
With your Pesci.
What, you think I'm a clown? I'm here to make you laugh?
Laugh at me?
All right.
Hey, Joe, I think he's over there laughing at you. I don't know.
All right,
looking at
Frank.
you, Joe.
Like how you keep rolling the previous topic into the current one, so when I clip this out, people are going to have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Because it's
That's how we do
time
it.
for things you did not know about It's a Wonderful Life. So it had a limited release on December 20th, 1946. Its wide release, it was on January 7th, 1947. It had a budget of $3.18 million, and it lost money. Right? Well, no, I take it back. It barely made money. The budget was 3.18. It made 3.3 at the box office. Oh, I guess I should probably bring the pictures up, by the way. Did you know?
Poster.
Did you know It's a Wonderful Life started out as a Christmas card?
Okay.
Philip Van Doren Stern wasn't having any luck getting his short story, The Greatest Gift, picked up by publishers. So he printed up 200 copies of the story and sent the booklet out as a 21-page Christmas card. The book was eventually published in 1944, and David Hempstead, a producer at RKO Pictures, got a hold of the Christmas card and ended up purchasing the movie rights for $10,000.
All right. That's one way to advertise and sell.
Do you know who was originally supposed to play George Bailey?
Tom Hanks.
No. Good guess. No, Cary Grant.
There you go.
But there was one of those projects that it's like, it's going to be made, and then it's not going to be made, and it's going to be made, and then it's not going to be
Yeah.
made. And eventually, like, he moved on,
Backed
and then
out
they
of
ended
it,
up
yep.
getting Jimmy Stewart.
Well, I don't like that guy. Why is he looking at me? through
Yeah,
the window?
every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
This kid across the way is looking at me with his binoculars.
So the movie was shot during the summer of 1946 in the middle of a heat wave.
Hey,
Director Frank Capra was a trained engineer, and he created a new way to make fake snow. But at the time, they used painted cornflakes for fake snow. At least that was the most common. They still did technically use asbestos. The stuff that was
Yeah.
falling down, not asbestos. But all
yeah,
the
that's
stuff...
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was the worst of Oz. All the stuff that's like in the background, that is asbestos.
Lovely.
But he developed a mix of fomite, that's the stuff that's in fire extinguishers, along with sugar and water. And that was what
Smart
the
man.
fake snow was. In 1947, the FBI issued a memo about the film being a potential communist infiltration of the motion picture industry. The agency cited its rather obvious attempts to discredit bankers by casting Lionel Barrymore as a Scrooge type so that he would be the most hated man in the picture. This, according to these sources, is a common trick used by communists. And actually, I think my date's off. This has it dated 1949. This said 1947. So I'm going to go with what's on the actual picture.
Yeah, the fact that the guy's just a complete dick, is removed from the.
No, he's nothing to do with it.
Communist.
Absolutely nothing to do with it. I mean, look at the guy.
Hey, that's Drew Barrymore's relative. Show a little respect.
And finally,
bald bastard.
The movie probably would have just disappeared into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you recall as to why It's a Wonderful Life became such a popular Christmas movie?
So it's kind of like what happened with A Christmas Story. NBC had the rights to it and would put it on like every year after Thanksgiving, like that first weekend of December. And I think that's what people and I kind of go with is what brought the cult following to it, was something like that.
So what actually happened was the copyright ran out because somebody forgot to fill out the paperwork.
All right.
And so during the 60s, television stations were always trying to find a Christmas movie to play during the holiday season, and they didn't want to pay copyright. So they looked for copyright-free movies, things that were in the public domain. And at that time, technically, It's a Wonderful Life was in the public domain. So every television station across the board was airing this movie because they didn't have to pay any rights to it.
There you go.
And then eventually, Republic Pictures reclaimed its copyright in 1994.
I will say, if you watch that movie, which you haven't.
I have not. And at this point, I'm kind of leaning into never watching it.
Well, I was going to say, there's 2 or 3 reasons why you'd want to watch it. He has like at least 2 really intense scenes where he's emotionally crying. And he had just come back from World War II, serving in the Air Force, I believe.
Oh, World War II.
He was having PTSD trips. And so when you watch the movie, the 2 times that he's really like nervous and crying, he was actually having PTSD with like emotions at that point, and they actually caught it on camera. He was completely freaking out from.
All right, I might watch those clips. We'll leave it at that.
So there you go. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, PTSD.
PTSD.
All right, another Sporcle quiz here, Frank.
Sporcle
Sporcle quiz time.
Oh, if Lost Boys isn't on here, I'm going to be upset. That and Young Guns.
Well, we're going to find out. It's a 60-second quiz. It's Kiefer Sutherland movies. Can you pick the words that are missing? So you just have to give me the word, and I believe I click on it. I don't think it's a right one. But here we go. Sporcle quiz on Kiefer Sutherland movies. Frank, here we go. A few good.
Men.
A blank to kill.
Time.
Blank by me.
Stand.
Blank booth.
Phone. Yep. He just did the voice in it.
Taking blank.
Lives.
Good. Your phone's near your microphone. At blank range.
Close range.
Picking up the blank.
Pieces.
Young blank.
Guns.
Behind the red blank.
Door.
Bright lights, big.
City.
And you know it's not on there?
Lost Boys, those losers. Can you have a quiz without Lost Boys on it? Greatest
I don't know.
saxophone solo ever recorded in a movie.
All
The guy buffed up on roids and no shirt and oiled down.
He's all juiced up, baby. Here we go.
Man,
Oops, let me get rid of this first.
can't believe they didn't put Lost Boys on there.
All right, Frank.
Yeah.
It's things you didn't know about. Oh, I completely turned the music off. Better start that over again. You ready? Here we go, Frank.
Here we go.
We're going to act like the last 10 seconds didn't happen. Things you did not know about Man on the Moon. You ever seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Fantastic movie.
Did you ever hear Dave Chappelle talking about visiting the set?
Yep.
And that's great. If you can find that,
Go
listen to it.
Yeah,
It's the best thing
go
ever.
watch Dave Chappelle talking about Man on the Moon. It's brilliant. So it had its full release December 22nd, 1999. The budget was anywhere from $52 to $82 million. It only made $47 million at the box office.
Yeah, I believe that.
It bombed.
Well, people didn't understand. I mean,
Well, and
Jim
here are
Carrey
some
was
things that
so funny.
the movie got a little different compared to Andy Kaufman's actual life. I mean, the movie portrays Carol Kane as a cast member of Taxi during the show's first season. Her first appearance didn't happen until season 2.
Right.
And now there are some Saturday Night Live inaccuracies as well. George Carlin was the first host of Saturday Night Live. The movie portrays Richard Belzer as that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Belzer also refers to the show as Saturday Night Live. It didn't adopt that title until the second season. Did you know Man on the Moon was way off when it came to Andy Kaufman's Carnegie Hall performance? The movie makes it seem like it was one of his last performances after he was diagnosed with cancer. That show happened in 1979, 5 years before Kaufman's death, and even before his diagnosis.
All right.
I relate that very similarly to how they just completely butchered the Queen timeline in Bohemian Rhapsody. Where it's like, oh, by the way,
Hollywood didn't get it right.
I have HIV, I'm gay,
Let's go party.
let's go do Live Aid. Like all that happened in an 8-hour sequence in Bohemian Rhapsody for some reason.
Duh, that's real life.
The film did receive some criticism, including from Kaufman's father, because he said that it didn't show enough of his early life. And finally, Sam Simon. Does that name sound familiar?
Did he create the Simon Says toy?
No, he was a major writer on The Simpsons, co-developer of it. And he was also a writer on season 5 of Taxi. And he said
Makes sense.
the movie really doesn't show how Andy Kaufman really was.
Oh, yeah.
He called it complete fiction, and he added that Kaufman was completely professional, and he even said Kaufman told you Tony Clifton was him. I mean, they make that seem like people did not know that Andy Kaufman was Tony Clifton. It was this weird thing. Sam Simon says that was complete BS.
I just remember like the movie kind of made Andy Kaufman out as a huge dick.
Well, and that
I
was the
remember.
thing with Jim Carrey. He took that that true method acting where Jerry the King Lawler
Yeah.
has said he was a dick. Like even Andy knew when the jokes needed to stop. Jim Carrey clearly did not.
I remember at that time because Jerry Lawler was filming that. I remember because that was the time when I was going back and forth from Nitro to Raw, and they were talking about Jim Carrey on Raw, and there was this whole speculation that they were going to do Jim Carrey would show up on Raw and they'd have a little thing like him and Kaufman used to do, but apparently Carrey wanted to have nothing to do with wrestling. He thought it was stupid. That's why he didn't do it.
Womp womp. All right, Frank.
Yes.
We're talking Christmas toys now, my man.
Toys. Hey, did you see the stuff behind me? Oh, look what I also found. It's a copy of E.T. from 1980.
Oh my God.
It's been VHS. Look, it's even got the green little cap top on there.
Good
Oh, yeah,
Lord.
little
Is that originally did you have you had that since the 80s or did you buy that after?
No, it's legit from the 80s. Been sitting in my dad's garage. Same with Hook.
My
Just
God,
sitting out
Frank.
there from 1991 or something. Straight up VHS. Kids,
Frank-
that's a VHS.
Frank is vintage, ladies and gentlemen.
Sell it to you, $50.
Okay. Ooh, let's look it up because so here's the whole thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna look at
1980.
Christmas toys, the hot Christmas toys from the 80s. And then we're going to pull them up on eBay and see if we can find something that's like just astronomically priced. So I'm going to look that up right now. We're going to look up E.T. original VHS, right? Yeah, you could sell it for $12, Frank. Or if you wanted to,
50?
you could package it with Short Circuit for $7.
Oh, I might go on and buy both of those. Short Circuit. Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Sold.
This one looks like it even comes with a
Is that taco?
Old El Paso cheeseburger taco. Oh, that is amazing.
Oh, it came with it. That's awesome. Oh, but they got the cool plastic cover.
Yeah.
They should sell that a little more.
That's that vintage
Mine smells vintage.
hard plastic.
Smells like a garage.
Yeah, your ET, I'm sorry to say, Frank, is worth nothing.
$50. You can have it right now.
So we're going to dive into this right now, though. So 1982, this was one of the hot toys. I hate how it doesn't bring it up immediately. Here you go.
The glowworm. I had one of those as a kid.
Remember the glowworm? You'd hug it, and it would glow.
Yeah. I was afraid of the dark. Still am. Not.
So, and later on in future live streams, one thing I want to do is I want to take a look at these toys. And you can tell that this one apparently was in a Spanish-speaking country.
El Glow
Illumina la noche. And we'll do more of a deeper dive, like of things you didn't know about these toys. Kind of like the toys that made us. Oh, I love watching that stuff, man. And so we'll kind of do something similar to that. And not just regurgitate the same information from those, but still regurgitating the same information. So glowworm. Let's look this up, Frank.
Let's look it up.
Oh, vintage. Look at that. Vintage
Oh, they got the vintage.
1982.
Smells like the 80s.
And it's
28
$30 bucks.
I remember that little plastic one. I knew a girl.
This one
who
right
had
here?
No, the one up in the top left.
This?
Yeah, I knew
That's not a
somebody who had
worm.
that. No, but I knew somebody who had one of those.
It's one of the glow friends. Oh, and there's another thing I want to do. And I'm going to have to wait until like Big Lan is back on the stream because he knows He-Man. I wanted to show He-Man toys and see if you can guess who they are, like Ram Man or Mechaneck and, you know, all those characters. And then I started to think that would be fun to do with other things like G.I. Joe.
Ooh, got a bunch of those around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, what was their name? So I kind of want
G.I. Joe.
I want to do that. I still remember one of the G.I. Joes that I had, and I don't think I ever remember his name. G.I. Joe.
I just remember.
And I see if I put
Everybody
Black
just remembers
Mask.
Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is the only one that you really remember. That and Dutch. And then Sergeant Slaughter. I think we're like the only three that I remember. Oh, Roadblock. Remember Roadblock?
Oh, yeah, Roadblock, dude.
Remember Roadblock?
This one's all in pieces.
Yeah, most of that was a thing. Like if we found out as kids, if you cut that small little rubber band, they just go.
They just fell
and they'd
apart.
fall apart.
Oh, I forgot. I always wanted Snake Eyes because of the dog. I always thought that. Oh my God. Okay. Memory lane. We're gonna go more into G.I. Joe at a later time as well. All right, but we just did
You know
the
what you should look
glowworm.
up real quick?
What's that?
Look up from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Brain with his
Krang?
Crane. Excuse me, a Crane with his android body. I got it.
I got
Look
it.
at that. Somebody's got it on there for $81. Hold on a second. I'm gonna knock some Ninja Turtles down.
I mean, I could even go shipping highest first and see what it comes up with. I mean, apparently, if you want whatever
Look at that.
sealed package is $3,000.
Oh, Krang, a little brighty bright. Look at that. We got the little.
Look, there's people
guy.
trying to sell it for $850. Let me see yours. Yeah, that's it.
He's got the little guy in there too, still around there. A little dusty. I'm sitting up there for a minute.
All right, next up, 1983, one of your hot toys, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Never had one of those. Sorry.
I did, and mine kind of looked like that, except it didn't have that hair. Mine was totally bald. His name was Gib. Oops. Let's close that. So let's go up here. Let's go 1983 Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh my God! There's no way
Holy
it's going
crap.
for $8,000.
$8,000 for a Cabbage
That
Patch
has to
Kid.
be the same account just spitting these things. You know what we should do is like.
Well, I mean,
we'll
but
go-
these ones are still in the box.
But what we should do is we should find like the cheapest '90s toys on here that are still in the box, right? And then we send out, like, we go into these groups, infiltrate them to the ones that have them, and we say, hey, everybody, we're having a convention, bring all your toys. And then we set that on fire so it melts all of them, and we have the only ones left of those brands, and then we can jack them up big time.
You thought way too long and hard about that.
I'm just saying.
All right, we got to power through this. Here, we got a few more to go here. He-Man. Again, The one website I saw had He-Man listed for 1981. The show didn't even debut until 1983. So I'm not really sure what was going on there. And a lot of websites had it listed as 1981. I do know for a fact that you could purchase, if they were opened and kind of played with, you could buy them for cheap. Because my mom bought me this gigantic bag of all of the He-Man toys when I was like 27. Because I had them all. I had Castle Grayskull, I had Snake Mountain, I had all of the figurines, everything.
Yeah.
And then they sold them in a garage sale for like,
Yep.
I don't even know how much money. When I was like 13.
That happened to me too. I think I was maybe 2 when they came out, and so that was like the first Christmas for me where I could kind of open presents, and the grandparents went nuts because I was the first grandkid. So like it was nothing but He-Man that year, and I think the year after that was like Star Wars stuff.
There you go.
But so I had both the castles, I had He-Man, I had all those guys. I had a little carrier,
that weird car that had like the flippy wheel things on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I didn't have that one. I had the one where there was a button to push, and it had like this big mace ball tail that would swing forward.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing.
Memories. So anyway, I pitched a fit when they sold them.
Yeah,
and then
you made her feel bad.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, Mom. And then by the time I was in my late 20s, I was living in Florida at the time, my mom bought a lot of all of the toys and gifted it to me. And you know what I did with them?
Poke their heads off and melt them in the microwave.
I sold them in a garage sale.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so we're going to go He-Man 1983. I wonder why Orko pops up. I wonder if he's the expensive one.
I remember having the skunk guy.
30 grand.
Holy crap, you're kidding, right?
Well,
That's got to be the guy's suggested price, right?
This one's, well, I mean, look, it's eBay, so people can list. I mean, I could trim my nails and try to sell it for 100 grand. It's not gonna, nobody's gonna buy it.
Feet pics do better.
Toenails. I think it really has more to do with the fact that one shows that there's like an error on it.
Oh, okay.
Being in the box obviously helps, but then you have Snake Mountain down here.
Yep.
But whoever has it, the seller's only got a 1-star review.
Wow, you must be a crappy salesman.
You got Castle Grayskull going for 3 grand, more He-Man for 3 grand. What the hell is this? In-store display? I would totally buy that for $1,800. Are you kidding me? Look at that.
That is pretty. Actually, that's pretty cool.
Okay, we're gonna start a GoFundMe so we can buy this for Frank, so we can put it behind him.
His sword is a little small. They didn't do him justice. That's all I'm saying.
He's got stage fright. That's all right. Yeah. Or he's got whiskey sword. Oh, here we go. Many Faces.
I had that guy. Yeah, I remember having that one.
Oh. Again, we're gonna go do a deeper dive on a lot of these. I want to know how much Fisto's going for. You remember there was a guy called Fisto, right?
Fisto, yeah.
Let me see here. Fisto! Oh my God, in a box for over $300.
I think it might have had that guy. I had the bee guy too when they started doing the weird like otherworld stuff. But yeah, the skunk guy always. Yeah, the skunk guy. The skunk guy. See, he's right there in the fourth. That guy, like, he actually smelled. I just remember that as a kid. Like, this guy stinks.
Who's the green guy? Oops, no, I went green. I do remember him. There was one that was like fuzzy.
Yeah. He was, I think he was actually...
Yeah, I had Whiplash. I had all these guys, man. I had all of them.
Oh, I had that glove right there that you would put with
this? Yeah.
It would go with one of the castles, and you'd reach it. That smelled funky too.
Everything back then smelled funky, Frank.
That's very true.
Funky fresh. All right, here we go.
Oh,
next
Pound
up,
Puppies.
Who remembers Pound Puppies?
Me and my brothers had a few of those.
All right, so we're gonna look. I remember I had one. I think mine was gray.
One of our dogs decided to see what was on the inside of them and chewed them up.
Well, an original Pound Puppy. It's going for
$3,500.
$3,500. At least that's what somebody's selling it for.
I don't remember them coming in the box. I remember that other box where the head was poking out.
I remember these
Like,
ones. I don't remember
yeah,
this one.
I don't remember the cages.
Huh. Pound puppies. I remember the show. Oh, God bless. All right, yeah, we're gonna do a deeper dive on all of this stuff later. But that's part one. We're ending that right there. That is part one of 80s toys that were the hot items for Christmas. We got a few more that we're going to be bringing up, and we're going to do that coming up again when we're live streaming on Monday, the 23rd is when that's going to be happening. But before we wrap up the live stream today, we are going to have to do another little movie draft. Frank, you ready for a little movie draft?
Yes. Christmas movie draft.
You are correct, sir. Christmas movie draft.
You are correct.
And yeah, we're gonna rock and roll with let me see here. Frank will go first, I'll go second, and then that random list will pick third. Frank, what's your first choice for the Christmas? Oh wait, why am I playing this music? It's Christmas time. Let me get some Christmas music in here. All right, Frank.
So I decided just to stick with ones that were actual Christmas movies, not ones that people go, oh hey, Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie, and all that. So I'm staying away from that. I'm going. It's an action movie that takes place around Christmas.
Okay.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
So I'm gonna start off with the one of the first ones I ever remember, Home Alone.
Well, you immediately fucked up my triple feature.
I did?
Yeah. There was three.
Yes.
There was three specific movies I was going for, and Home Alone was in there because that is definitely a
Home
go-to.
Alone 3 or 4.
Hard pass. Hard pass. Even 2. I don't even really like. Yeah, other people like 2. Nah, I don't really like 2.
I didn't mind 2. I thought 2 was all right.
Now I'm gonna go here with Frank's favorite though to kick everything off. Christmas Vacation, baby.
There you go. It's on TV right now, 24 hours a day.
It is. All right, random list here. We're gonna go with. Well, let me see here. What are we looking at? There you go. Santa Claus.
Yeah, I was gonna pick that one. So good. I remember seeing that in theaters.
And then random gets to go twice, going back to back. And you follow up the Santa Claus with a little Love Actually. Have you ever seen Love Actually?
Oh, maybe, but I honestly don't remember it.
My wife and I started to watch it.
I forgot the guy from The Walking Dead was in it. Rick?
Oh, he's not on the poster. Andrew,
Lincoln?
yeah.
Andrew Lincoln.
My wife and I started watching it, and then we got to the point where they realized that one of the guy's jobs is as a stand-in on a porn set. And we were like, oh, maybe it's a good thing that the kid's not watching this with us. I had no idea. Son of a bitch.
That's fantastic.
All right, so in Christmas Vacation, and you might not want to pick it, but screw it, I'm going with it. We're going Die Hard, baby.
Oh, Lord.
I did the double feature on that this weekend, and I got to tell you, I am now full-blown holiday festivities. All right, you get to go back to back, though, Frank.
Read it out. Yeah, I have a few options, but remember, I'm not gonna pick it. But do you remember the Dudley Moore Santa Claus movie from like the 80s?
Vaguely. I think I've probably seen it, but I don't really remember a lot of it.
It's a wild one. Okay, but no, for my next pick. Where did it go? I just lost it. Well, here, I'll just start out with, and I only watch this, I know it's been on a few times. I only watch it Christmas Eve and the day of, A Christmas Story. I know it didn't do well in theaters, but it became one to my heart over the years, being played 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I do find it interesting that he's not pink here.
Yeah, well, maybe making the movie poster, they didn't know. They just said we need him in a bunny suit, and they went, "Oh, okay."
And that's not one of the Bumpus's dogs.
No, it's totally not.
Bumpus!
And look at the leg lamp.
Yeah, it all looks a little bit off.
Yeah, that was just them giving them ideas, and they had no clue what they were doing.
Yeah. All right, what's your third pick for your Christmas movie draft, Frank?
Um, Prancer was another one I was thinking, but I'm not going to do Prancer. I'm going to do Scrooged.
Oh!
I really enjoy Scrooged. I thought about going Muppets Christmas Carol, but I like Scrooge a little bit over Muppets Christmas Carol.
All right, well, you got Scrooged. I'm jumping ahead to the random one, which in reality, this actually is kind of my wife's list. Because she likes While You Were Sleeping. We have to watch it every year. It's how we transition from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Every year.
Pullman movie.
Huh?
Pullman movie.
Pullman. Yeah, it's a Pullman movie. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, did you want to pick the Santa Claus? I'm gonna adjust this random list.
No, I'm good with my 3.
All right, good, because so I morphed this into my wife's list because this is another one that she absolutely loves that we do watch and is hilarious. Just Friends. Highly underrated, I think. And you're getting Ryan Reynolds. You know, it's your standard Ryan Reynolds character. Now, here's where things can get a little bit wonky. Actually, you know what? If it's my wife's list, I'm gonna lose Love Actually because we never even watched it. She's messaging me now to let me know what she wanted. So we're gonna go Just Friends, While You Were Sleeping, and Elf. This holiday, discover your inner elf. Jim Carrey, originally supposed to be the lead in that movie. All right, here are some honorable mentions. Actually, I take it. Okay, she doesn't want Elf. She wants this. The remake.
The remake wasn't bad. I enjoyed the remake. The first one.
I kept waiting for the guy. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest here, I kept waiting for dinosaurs to show up.
Well, all right.
All right, here's some honorable mentions. Of course, you do have Elf. I'm not going to pick Elf.
Again, it's on 24 hours a day right now.
Gremlins.
Correct.
Nobody picked It's a Wonderful Life, something we talked about earlier in the live stream.
But see, again, that's one of those to me where it's not really a Christmas movie. It's
Gremlins?
like well, that too, but it's a movie that is like kind of it's based around it. But again, because Christmas just really technically shows up in like the last 5 minutes of that movie.
Is it also kind of like how Batman Returns is a Christmas movie?
So yeah, that's what everybody says with that too. Die Hard is one, and so is Batman.
I need to watch
Returns.
this. I got to find out what it's on. I'm going to watch Batman Returns. Here's one that I recently we watched the past couple of years, and it's now kind of in our rotation of Christmas movies to watch. This is a pretty good take on A Christmas Carol.
Haven't seen it.
It's pretty good. It's worth checking out.
You think Will Ferrell has had some plastic surgery or Botox?
Probably. Here's another one that I watched this one a while ago, and
Yeah,
I
that was
enjoyed this a
decent.
lot more than I anticipated.
Well, that is basically It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh,
That movie is supposed to be almost.
I'll take
like
it over It's a Wonderful Life. All day, any day. And here's the one that Frank was talking about, The Muppet Christmas Carol, which is fantastic.
I love it. Michael Caine treated the Muppets as if they were real actors. That's the only way you can work with Muppets is treat them like they're real.
But my third and final pick,
Bad Santa.
great movie. Billy Bob Thornton is great. All the actors are great, man. Shoot, what's his face? Oh my God, the guy from Three's Company.
Bernie
How am I
Mac?
blanking on his name?
Oh, John Ritter.
Yeah, John Ritter.
Good.
Hilarious. So
Fix
here
your
are our
face.
triple features. Frank has Home Alone, A Christmas Story, and Scrooged. I have Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, and Bad Santa. And then my wife's list, Just Friends, While You Were Sleeping, and Miracle on 34th Street. And on that note, I got to get out of here because there's a lot of things that we got to do tonight, and we got a puppy that needs to be taken care of. So we're wrapping up this live stream. Don't forget, live stream coming up on Mondays for the next 2 weeks because holidays are on Wednesdays. So we're not live streaming on Wednesdays. It's going to be the 23rd, the 30th, and then by the time we loop back around on the 8th, that's when we're going to be back on the regular schedule for Wednesdays. It's going to be on January 8th. But on that note,
Get on our regular schedule.
hopefully you guys got all your shopping done. Go take care of yourselves and stay safe this holiday season. We'll see you in just 1 to 5 days. We're going to see you on Monday the 23rd, same time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. See you guys.